Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Yes, we have another artisan prototype to check out. This is the Cazador. And of course, thank you once again to Russell for getting these out into the community for us to take a look at and to check out before they hit the market. Now again, like with the rest of them, I don't know for sure when these are going to hit the market. You know, some of them I heard late April. The Arian, I believe, is out a few places. But then some places it says coming soon. So, you know, you're just going to have to keep an eye on it, guys. If you're looking out for it, you know, sign up for your favorite retailer. You know, they have email alerts and all that good stuff. Sign up for those so you can get notified when they actually come out. But this version, we've got the Jade G10. You got the pivot. You got the nice blue accents there around the pivot. And then, of course, on the pocket clip as well. Got a Jade G10 backspacer. Lanyard post. So lanyard fans, you do have a place. Everything, you know what? Chamfered, really, really nice. Do we have any? No, there's no real skeletonization for weight relief going on this one. But then again, it's not an overly large knife, so it doesn't really need a whole lot. But well built, you know. I mean, you can see there everything is chamfered really well. Even the pocket clip, you know, is really turned down. You know, really, really well done. Not overly deep carry, but that's okay. It's not too bad. Let's see our centering. Centering on this model is pretty darn good. As you can see, there it is, a flipper tab with that big old bird's eye. Kind of looks like a birdie. A birdie. Yep. Anyhow, no jimping on the flipper tab. You know, it may, for me, it probably would benefit from a little bit of jimping. That's just my opinion. But it's not bad. Nice flip. That blade comes right out. Oh, Pm2. Look at that Wharncliffe blade, though. I really like the look of that blade. Kind of, for me, it kind of resembles, I mean, it's a Wharncliffe, so it kind of resembles, you know, the Sea Snake. You know, the fixed blade. Kind of that same basic shape. Obviously, that blade is a little taller and stuff, but I really, really like that blade shape, and it really works on this model as well. Good rope knife, man. Great rope knife for that Wharncliffe blade. You do have a forward choil. Pretty good. I mean, for larger fingers, you're going to probably be getting close on that corner of that blade. But overall, it's not too bad. Do have a nice swedge there across the spine. But you do have a good landing pad. I have a good landing pad, I should say that. Now, if you're a little bit larger hand and you get a little bit further out there, the blade does kind of thin out a bit, but it's not too bad. It's not like the swedge doesn't come all the way up, so it's like a point or anything. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's a pretty cool profile. I like I like that overall profile of it. Kind of sleek and slender. All right, let's get some specs. Let's zoom out just a little bit so we can see what we got here. We are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right about 8 inches. They say 8 1/4 overall. Yeah, okay. I guess I get it lined up a little bit better. Yeah, okay. 8 1/8, just over 8 inches. I'm going to say handle length, you're looking at roughly about 4 3/4. It's going to give you, as I measure it, it's going to give you about a 3.5 inch blade. We'll go with it. And then your grip length is going to be 1, 2, 3, just over 4 inches on the grip length. So not too bad. That's how it looks in my 3 3/4 inch hand. So I definitely have a lot of room left over. So a little bit larger hands, I think you'd be all right on this one. Quick, where it is? There it is. There's the PM2. So there's a size comparison. PM2. Pivot to pivot. That big old pivot on the Cazador. It's pretty close. I mean, they're pretty close. Blade length looks like the Cazador's got it like just a hair, and handle. I mean, it's right on there. It's pretty darn close, guys. Then of course we'll get the bug out there, and then obviously much larger than the bug out. Oh, let's see here. Let's do a weight. Let's get a weight on it. It's a real slim, slender knife. And like I said, there's not really any, so 100 grams, no skeletonization, but I mean, what? Oh, no, that was 3.5, right? Yep, 3.5. So right in that area that I like to carry as far as weight goes. So not bad for the size of the knife overall. Pocket clip, pretty darn good. And there you go. You got a pretty much about your standard 1/2 inch sticking out there. So not deep carry, but nothing crazy. So a little bit light on the out of the pocket, in and out. Yeah, I mean, retention was all right. So, I mean, you can see there the clip. You can move it pretty, I mean, it's a pretty thin clip, so you can move it pretty easily, but it's not bad. Decent enough retention. But overall, well, okay, construction. Construction's done well. Yeah, it's on point, guys. Artisan usually does a pretty darn good job. Action, oh, yeah, it snaps out there, and it drops. All right, break the detent. Yep, it's coming out. Artisan, on all these knives, man, the detents have been pretty darn good. Even on that Tigress, man, I expected that detent to be a little weak, and man, it wouldn't. As soon as it broke the detent, it was slow, but man, it was coming out. And that one was slow here. But yeah, you break that detent, it's coming open, and then it just drops shut. So, action, on point, lockup. Oh yeah, she's solid. Real solid. What are we locking up at? Oh, we're pushing probably 50 plus on the lockup, maybe even over towards 60. So it should be a really solid lockup with that much engagement. But definitely comfort. Yeah, it's comfortable. Clip is not an issue. It feels really good in hand. Lots of room, lots of space. I like the slender handle on this. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Now, the one thing I am going to talk about, man, that pivot is big. It's really big. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I do. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of Jade G10, natural G10. I'm just not. And to me, that combination with that huge pivot and Jade G10, yeah, it's not really working for me. Now, if you go look at the micarta version, and it's got the same pivot and it's got the same kind of blue accents on it, not as bad. That one, I look at it and I'm like, okay, you still got that big old pivot, but it kind of works with the micarta. I think this one, it just is the fact that it's JG10, which I'm like, you know, and it's just a really big pivot, you know. That's going to come down to personal preference. You know, aesthetically, what do you think of the big pivot? You know, let me know down in the comments. What do you think of the big old pivot? But doesn't bother me as much on the micarta version as it does on the JG10, and I'm pretty sure that's because I'm not really a fan of JG10, other than the fact that you can pretty much dye it any color you want. So that is a good point about it. So there we go. Yeah, overall, guys, it's not bad. Not a bad knife at all. Overall, I'd probably give it an 8. I mean, you know, there's really nothing that detracts from it, really. I just don't think the pivot needs to be that big. That's just me, though. Solid knife, works well, does the job. And it's really funny, you look on Blade HQ and it has this listed as a sheep's foot. That's a Wharncliffe blade, guys. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I gotta look at Artisan again, but I mean, that's a Wharncliffe blade. I mean, that's pretty much a prototypical, perfect example of a Wharncliffe blade, really. So yeah, anyhow, that was the other thing I was just kind of a little confused about is, do I have a sheep's foot out here? No, I really don't have one close that I can really compare it to. So, well, anyhow, that's a Wharncliffe. It's not a sheep's foot. But anyhow, there you go, guys. Thanks for checking out the Artisan Cutlery Cazador prototype. If you're really interested in this one, guys, like I said, just go to your favorite retailer. you know, sign up for those email notifications or texts or whatever the case may be, so you can get notified when they're actually available. Thanks again to Russell. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. As always, I got one more of the Artisan prototypes to get through. That is the... Oh, which one do I have? It's the other Dylan Mallory. Oh, man. I did the Silex. Oh, sorry, Dylan. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. Oh, I cannot remember the name. I know it starts with H. Oh, my goodness. Well, it is what it is. I'm sorry, guys. But anyhow, thanks a lot for watching. As always, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.